Hello and good morning, everybody. All right, so going to take you through what we're doing today. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, and notice I'll be posting this around 10 o'clock. That way you complete your survey first. All right, so you're going to want to complete agriculture or whatever your survey class is before you complete this math. All right, so first off, we have Zoom link for the noon meeting. So you're going to meet at noon for our Zoom meeting or whenever your Zoom time is. And then you have your assignment document right here. All right, so what you're going to do is you are going to click here, and it gives you the directions. It says, please click on the assignment document, and it has the directions both in a video and written form inside of the doc. So once you click here, it says make a copy of this document. So you're going to go up to your left-hand corner, hit File, make a copy. Okay, and now this is your sheet. You can edit whatever you'd like to, and it doesn't affect what the class sees. And now you're going to complete all of the ed puzzles and quizzes assignments that are linked. You're also going to submit pictures and type responses where it says to in the doc. And a lot of times that'll be in red writing. So it might say like submit pics of your work here or type your answer here. And then when you're finally done, you're going to submit your completed document to Canvas. But you're going to have to make sure that you answer everything and you show your work entirely. All right, so the learning targets for today are that we can demonstrate understanding that multiplication is implied in algebra, and then we can also solve for variables such as x. So if you've ever seen x in an algebra problem or maybe another letter like M or W, then we're going to figure out what that means today. All right, so the materials that you'll need for today are, first off, from your materials packet, these 5 worksheets. And I know that sounds like a lot, but these worksheets can go by really quickly. I'm talking like 3 minutes a worksheet. And the ones you're going to need are what is algebra, and that'll be in the form of a packet, and then the 4 sheets that follow it inside the packet. All right, so these are all a part of one packet, and the first sheet says what is algebra. 2 of the lessons are for lesson 1, and 2 of the worksheets are for lesson 2. Then there's 1 extra credit homework sheet at the end, and that'll be for some night cards. And then we have our additional materials. That's Chromebook, headphones, writing utensils, notebook, and a highlighter or colored pencil. All right, so the launch is to play this game for 5 minutes. So you're going to go ahead and click on this game here, and you're going to see if you can figure out what the cost of each of these candies is based on the information that's given. So like here looking at this game, right now I've got 2 pieces of candy that equal 20 cents. So how much would each piece cost? Well, I know 20 divided by 2 gives me 10, so I'm going to type in 10, 10, click enter, boom, I got it. So now I know that these blue pieces of candy are each worth 10 cents. Well, now I've got to figure out what these pink candies are worth. So you're going to have to do a little bit of thinking of how you can figure out what those candies are based on the information given. Okay, so we know that these blue ones are 10, and all of this together equals 84 cents. How can we figure that out? All right, and then when you hop back here after playing that game for 5 minutes, you're going to complete this following ed puzzle. So it's called What is Algebra? This will be our introduction to algebra, which is full of x's and y's and variables, and it's going to explain why we have those letters in algebra. And then you're going to complete the What is Algebra exercise sheet, and that's found in your materials packet. All right, and then there's a help video to go along with this worksheet, and it's located right here in Canvas. So right under Tuesday, March 9th, you'll see help video for What is Algebra exercise sheet. And then after you complete that exercise sheet, you'll use it to work on this implied multiplication worksheet, and this is also found in your materials packet. And then you can upload a photo of both your What is Algebra and Implied Mathematics worksheets right here where it says Upload Photo. And if you want to, you can also upload your photos here at the very end of the document. So if you don't want to have to go document by document uploading photos, you can just upload them all at the end. All right. And then for the second lesson of the day, you're going to watch another ed puzzle. And this is also a great math antics one. And this one's 11 minutes long. It's got a few questions in there. And then you're going to complete the Solving Basic Equations Part 1 exercise sheet. And again, you have a help video to go with it. To give you an idea of what these help videos look like,
Hi,
they're
this is
very
Rob.
detailed.
I'm going to be
They go
showing you how to
step
do
by
the
step.
exercises
You can
that
make
go
them
along with the video
widescreen if you
lesson.
click here at the
Solving
bottom
Basic
right.
Equations, Part 1. Are you ready? And on this
But it's
side,
really,
we
really
have
nice
19
because it's like you're working
minus
together
5.
with somebody. So
This time a number is being
especially if you're
subtracted.
at home, it'll give you that help you're missing out with not having as many partners as you normally would. And then you're going to complete the worksheet that goes with it called Solving Basic Equations with Addition or Subtraction, Step 1. And this is also found in your materials packet. And again, you're going to upload photos of the exercise sheet and the worksheet that you just completed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the worksheets. So these top two are for lesson 1 and these bottom 3 are for lesson 2. So your exercise sheet for what is algebra is right there on the left. And you're just going to write in for the blanks. So a blank is a mathematical statement that two things are equal. That would be an equation. So if it said like x plus 2 equals 5, that's saying that a number, which is represented by x, plus 2 equals 5. So they have to be equal. It's kind of like a balance on a scale. All right, you have to make sure that they're equal here. If we have 5 on this side, then we need 5 on that side. And then for the implied mathematics worksheet, what you're doing here is anytime you see multiplication, you're going to highlight or circle. So I'm going to circle 2 times b, and I'm going to rewrite it as just 2b. And here I see x times y, so I'm going to rewrite it as just xy. Because in algebra, we can just know that the multiplication is implied, meaning that we can assume that when there's a number next to a variable, or two different letters or variables next to each other, like x, y, that it's just indicating multiplication. It's kind of like a given. So anywhere you see multiplication, you're going to rewrite it without that multiplication. So like here would be xy equals ab over dc. And that's all you have to do. And then for the second lesson, where you're solving for x, you're going to do the opposite. In other words, if I'm going to add 6 to the side of the scale, I'm going to subtract 6. This way I can get x by itself to see what I have to add to 6 to get to 18. So what number plus 6 equals 18? If I subtract 6 from both sides, I get rid of my plus 6 here. And then 18 minus 6 gives me 12. X equals 12. Over here, I am adding 5, so instead I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So my 5 minus 5 cancels out. My x drops down here. I have it by myself. And 19 minus 5 equals 14. And the videos go into more depth about this. And then over here, you have worksheets that go with your exercise sheet. So here's your first one. It's called Solving Basic Equations with Addition or Subtraction. And the key here is to show all of your steps. All right, that's the big key of algebra. In other words, you can't just go, well, I know that 14 minus 10 gives me 14. I know that 3 plus blank gives me 18. Okay, we can't just write in these answers here. We have to go through the process of doing the opposite. Try and get x by itself. So here I'm going to add 10 to both sides, and that gives me x equals 14. Here I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and that gives me x equals 15. Look at that. We already got about 1/3 of the problems done. And then for homework, but I'm going to make it extra credit, solving basic equations, this is a set 2. So just more problems like this worksheet, but this time you can get night cards for them. In fact, you'll get 5 night cards or the equivalents of a bag of chips if you complete this worksheet here, set 2. And then remember, you have to submit these completed worksheets here in Canvas, either at the very bottom or for each little camera icon. And then the final thing you're going to do is complete this closure and quizzes activity. So the closure is to play the algebraic reasoning game again. So here we are back at the screen. And you'll notice it might be a little bit easier this time because we know how to set up equations. So like here, when it says these two pieces of candy are 10 cents in total, well, I could say 2x, 2 multiplied by x equals 10. And then I could do the opposite of that to get x by itself, divide 10 by 2 and divide 2x by 2 to get x equals 5. So I know that these are both worth 5. And then I can do the same thing for my missing values over here, my green or blue or red ones. All right. And then you're going to answer the questions that go with it. So was it easier this time to play the game? Can you set up equations to help you solve? And what could we use in place of the missing costs of the candies? And then there's a quiz here as well. This quiz is only 6 questions. It shouldn't take you very long. If you can't, for whatever reason, access this quiz it's going to be right here on the left side of your screen once you click on the link. All right. And if you're not joined in the class for whatever reason, you can click on this link. But this is what your assignment will look like. It says Intro to Algebra Assignment. Once you upload all your pictures and complete all the worksheets, complete all the Edpuzzles and the quiz then you are good to submit this document. And you're going to submit this document by going on to Assignment Document, and you'll see it's an assignment, and there'll be an upload area on the top right. It'll maybe say like submit, but first you'll need to upload your assignment, select the document that you copied and edited, and then you'll be all good to go. All right. So happy Wednesday or happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate all the time, and I'm so happy to spend the next 4 weeks with you. Please email me if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much.